So fingers crossed there is sound. Let's pull this up on here.
Let me look. Are we in frame?
Yeah, should be.
Okay.
Yep. So we're here. We're live. Is there sound? There's sound.
Yay!
Yay! Yay! So hopefully the new gimbal will come Monday. The new gimbal can support the new phone, the new setup. The new phone, new setup is too heavy.
Too heavy. It's
for the
like
old gimbal.
The gimbal will just be like
gives
shake.
up.
Yeah, and
It
it'll
gives up.
just give up.
I'll take him. So we've got Charlie out here today. It's a beautiful day. It's going to start raining later, so we want to make sure we got out here as soon as possible, so we could ride outside. I know we talked about doing a couch session this morning, but with the weather the way it is, we'd rather do our rides this morning and our couch session tonight because we had a lot of fun with you guys at night.
Yeah.
And I think that works a lot better.
It does work a lot better.
And we can all crack a beer on a Saturday night evening. And chill on the couch together. That would be good. So if you guys missed it this week, what have we been up to?
Not much.
We've been covering patterns. We've been covering a lot of patterns for the Show Your Heart Out virtual series, which is due on Sunday, right? If you want to go up there and make sure that you put that on Do Not Disturb. So we've been covering patterns for the Show Your Heart Out series. That's been a lot over how I look through patterns, how I prep my exhibitors for patterns, what I want to see, tricky spots about those particular patterns. That has been a lot of fun. And hopefully you guys learned something from that. I really look forward to judging that show. That's going to be a lot of fun. Hi, buddy. So,
if we're not doing the show, can we video the patterns for your feedback?
Yeah, absolutely.
Of course.
Yep.
Yeah, of course.
Yep. I won't be able to give you feedback on this show, but for you guys that are doing the virtual shows in the future, absolutely, you can send your videos in. We can go over them on stream. We can critique them, and you can get a judge's opinion before you get a judge's opinion. Right. Which would be really cool, right?
So that should,
yeah, that should help you guys out a lot, and hopefully everybody wins a bunch of money that way. Yeah. Right. And if you guys win money because of our help, I want to know.
Yeah, that'd be
you
awesome.
need to tell us.
We need to feature you.
Yeah, if you guys go on Charlie's Horse Show and you win $200 in a showmanship class, I want to know.
Yeah, that'd be awesome. And then we are only 7 people away.
Count them, 7 people away.
Custom spurs away. So
that's amazing. That's amazing. So that's over on our Patreon site, which will have all of these videos, all of our old videos, like 108 videos on there. Monthly subscription deal. We're going to give away a set of Harris spurs. They start at $600. Yep. So one lucky winner that's a teammate on there will win $600 pair of custom spurs. Custom your name, our name, whatever you guys want on there. Should be really cool.
Yeah, should be awesome.
Our gift to you guys.
We're gonna ride him today since you haven't seen him in a while.
Yes, I'm really excited about him.
Yeah, he's improved a lot.
I'm really excited about him. He's filthy. He's eagerly awaiting his bath today.
He's getting a bath after this.
So he put on his best show for you guys, rolling in the pasture.
He got him out of the pasture and there was like grass and dandelions.
Black mud everywhere.
Gross.
So hopefully we can, you guys can participate in how he's progressed, and hopefully your horses at home are making the same kind of progress. The videos that I've seen that you guys submitted have been awesome.
Yeah, they look really, really good.
You guys' horses are doing great. So I'm super excited to help you guys, super excited to see everybody's progress. Make sure that you follow the new Google Forms link in the training discussion group.
I wonder if I can tag it again.
Maybe. Still sound? Yeah. Cool. So follow the Google Forms link in the training discussion group, and that'll be where you can submit your videos. You can submit a link via YouTube, or you can submit them directly to my Google Drive, as long as there's space. So I know you guys, and I know you guys are gonna make me bump up my storage space because you guys are filling it up.
Morning.
Good morning.
So refreshed to see that you guys let your horses do horses. Yes.
Yes, yes. And he is a dirty horse. He loves to be a dirty horse.
I just posted the Google link.
Google Forms link.
Google Form link. So if you have a video, or if you missed your video, gimbal little thing is wobbly. Yeah. The wind. It's really strong wind today.
Very strong wind. Always a strong wind out here.
Good morning,
Good morning, Kelly.
And Charlie.
Hey, it's your boy. It's your boy.
He's a little dirty. We promise we're gonna give him a bath after this.
Yes, right after this video we're gonna give him a bath, but I didn't want to give him a bath before the video because I wanted to feature him.
Yes.
So I think this horse has made a breakthrough. And I want you guys to see what that process looked like and continues to look like, because now we have a horse that's starting to lift his belly, which has changed everything about the way this horse moves, the way he rides, the way he does things. So now that we're able to get both feet around him and start lifting his belly, we have a much different animal. Much different animal.
2 good lead departures yesterday. Yay for me. Must be doing it right.
Awesome.
Yay!
Very good. And I want to get back to, I would love to get back to our normal video hours, because that was much more convenient for everybody.
Yeah.
Going live around 3, live on the couch at night, that worked out really well.
Yeah, it worked out much better.
That was working really well. So hopefully, with any luck, we can get back to those hours and we can kick this quarantine's butt.
Yeah. Get out of here.
Get out of here, quarantine. We're sick of you.
We're
sick of you. Not sick of you guys, though. So every day through the quarantine we've been here, I think this is day 27.
Day 28 or 27?
27 or 28, yep. We're alongside you guys through this whole quarantine deal, trying to be better riders.
Do you want to start?
We can get started, yeah.
Okay, perfect. My mom's not here today, so I'll be behind.
Macy's behind the wheel.
The camera.
She's going to be driving this bus. And she'll be able to read your chat right away. So if you guys have questions, feel free to shout them out to her. We can get everybody sounding off, get all your questions answered as we go through.
Okay, perfect.
So the main focus of the ride today is going to be hip maneuvers and getting your belly up, all right? So this horse, like I said, just now starting to lift his back, lift his belly. I want you guys to see how that changes things about the way that he rides, the way he moves around, the way he does things, okay? So if you guys recall, this horse, what, a week ago, 2 weeks ago, we featured him in the series where we were like, just pick your head up and pick your shoulders up and hold everything up here and let him learn to rock back and be right here, all right? So with any luck, now we don't have to do that anymore because he's learning to hold his shoulders up on his own. And that's the key to it. He's got to hold his shoulders up on his own. All right, go ahead.
Mary said, dang, I'm just getting my own horse to ride.
Well, good. Have me alongside of the ride then. Put me right in your pocket, turn the volume up, and you can listen to me as we go, and we can mirror rides. So let's have you match my ride, and we can kind of go from there. You might want to block a little bit of wind. Yep. So right here, coming along, I'm always going to check my rib cage, right? So first things first, check my ribs, make sure everything is up and round and where I want it. Our ride on him finished up pretty late last night. So, like, I think we finished up at like 10:30 on him last night.
Yeah, it was late.
So this is going to be more of a continuation than anything, right? There's only 12 hours between rides, so he didn't have much time to chill out and relax. Got to go outside and relax a little bit, but should be right where I left off. He didn't have too much time to forget what we were doing. So I always want to make sure I can drop his neck down. You see how soft that's getting? Now I can shuffle right here and that neck stays down, all right? You guys saw that on Piper before? That ability to go to my button right here, shuffle my neck, have him stay down. That's what you're looking for, right? I want him to put some pressure in my hands and break right here all the time. Always breaking your neck right there. So I'm just going along, drop that neck in, making sure that this stays down so he can lift his back. And that's been huge for him. If you remember him before when I was walking around, he had places to be, right? He was on a mission to go places when he was walking. And now we have a horse that just chills right here, very relaxed, not holding him back at all. And that's all purely because he's using this piece right here. So now that we have some lift in his stride, we're not going to be so forward and flat, all right? And that is, I mean, that's a huge difference. And like, it's hard to get excited about a walk. I know it's weird to get excited about a walk, but I want you guys to get really excited when you see big breakthroughs like this. Like, we're not holding this horse back. He's doing this on his own. That's what I want to see. That's what I'm looking for in a show horse, right? A horse that just kind of stays back. I can kind of wave my legs on and be pushing him on now rather than holding him back. And that's been a process of a lot of backing him up, a lot of standing his shoulders up, a lot of lifting his belly, all right? And Macy, if I go out of frame too much, you can switch to the ultra wide on there.
I'm going to do that right now real quick.
Yeah, that way I can ride a little wider area.
Is back ultra wide. That's perfect.
It's in the top corner.
I got it. That's already set. So I don't have to move it.
Yeah, yeah.
Our gimbal is not working, so.
Gimbal can't handle the weight.
You just can't do it.
So
now we have a tripod.
Over here?
What?
This is still in frame over here?
Yep.
Awesome. Does it look super small? Am I really far away?
Can you guys see that okay, or should I go back to where it was?
So now that I have this horse where he kind of stays down in my hands, I can put some work in, right? We can kind of shuffle our hands here. We can bring his shin to us. This is what I talked about. This is going to be a closer to one-handable horse, right? Once you can start working here, then you can be one-handed, all right? So you can start working this horse's chin up to us now, because look how everything stays broke down in there. So now everything's going to be bring your chin up and into your body. Now I have that line where everything comes to me. And that backup that was so ugly before now starts looking like a showable back where he's got some roundness and some accuracy to him. All right, go ahead.
How can I get my horse to roll onto the bit? Hudson asked.
To roll onto the bit like this?
Yeah.
So this horse started out hiding from my hands and very bracy right here. This piece was up on him. If you go back a week or two ago, this piece was very up. He did not have any control right here. So what we did was we taught this horse to be flexible left to right first, right? So I'll turn so you guys can see that right here, and he's still got a little ways to go, and we're going to fight with him today. We're going to work through that. So he's going to tell me no. He's going to have some resistance right there. as he learns to drop his neck in. Now, do you see this big muscle right here now? All right? Big muscle bulging right here. So this horse used to have what most people's horses have, where they have the big bow right behind their ears, right up there, folded up, and then no muscle back here. But now his neck is starting to reshape.
I'll put it back to other camera.
Too small?
Yeah, it's a little hard for people to see.
Yep. I had a feeling. We have another lens that we can use for you guys too that will help that a lot. So now we have this horse to where he can kind of give his neck left to right. Big deep flexion over here, all right? Deep flexion. So if you look at his neck, if I look down from the top of the saddle, if I'm sitting right here, I have this piece moving. I see the muscle engaged right here. Don't take your horse's neck a little bit over there and do this so that his neck stays straight and he bends right here. I do not want my horse to bend right here. I want him to bend right there, all right? So I need him to break at his withers right there, and then I want to shuffle and drop him in across here. So this is the maneuver you're looking to be able to make. You see how my horse can stay, now he's crooked. So I'm gonna tap my foot, square him up. See, he's trying to twist his neck, that's better. So that's straight in front of me. All right, so look down that main line, that's straight. If you guys take your horse and you roll him around left to right here, what you'll find is as you trade him back across like this, he will most likely flip his head like this. All right? And what they're doing to you when they do that is he's hollowing out right when everything should be round. All right? So he's avoiding being round right there. So if I turn sideways so you guys can see that, I'm right here like this. I'll roll his neck over here. This piece is engaged, he's down in his neck, and if I bring him back across, what he would do before, and what your horse will most likely do, is come over, really hollow out, invert right here, and then tuck back up and come over here, all right? So if he inverts and comes undone, you've got a problem right there. You've got more work to do getting his neck to stay down. Now I have that in this horse, so I can work right there and bring his neck to me, okay? Everything stays down right here. That being said, remember we started this by working on his shoulders, right? This is number 1. Keep your shoulders up and back. Number 2, break right here. And number 3, give me your jaw. Flex the pole, all right? So right here, we started this very basic. Bring your shoulders to me. Bring your shoulders to me. Bring your shoulders to me. This is what it looked like, all right? It looked ugly. And it was just a week ago. It was really ugly. So we come up here, stop, back my shoulders up, bring your shoulders to me. Bring your shoulders to me. Bring your shoulders to me. Now that I have his shoulders coming to me, I can start putting some work into my neck, because the same time I was working on that, I was working on my rib control right here and pushing this horse over. And he's getting better about his diagonals now. He's starting to have some diagonal rhythm. He didn't have much before, and if you remember, he didn't really jog, right? He didn't really even have any semblance of a jog. He had no rhythm whatsoever. Now, he still doesn't have a great jog, but he's gonna learn how to carry himself because we're working on his diagonals all the time. Always working on move with your diagonal pair right here. So my hip is spinning a little faster than my ribs. So I'm gonna stay in until he gives everything up to me. There's my hip out running, my shoulder tells me he's kind of heavy up front. I can look down and see this leg out here. So I know he's kind of drifting behind with his shoulders. And then I wrap my outside and I can drop him in right there. So now shuffling my hands, I can keep his neck dropped in as I take a hold. So we see this jog is much better than the jog I had a week ago. Now he's got some rhythm. He's not kind of like walking behind. He's still got a long way to go in using his hind end, but we're much better off right there. So I come right here, bend his neck around. I'm going to push him out same way here, putting this flexion, this flexibility in his rib cage, which is going to allow me to take his neck over here softly. All right. This rib maneuver out breaks him right here, lets him give his neck to me, lets him come around and do things right here, right? So that's what we're looking for. We're looking for flexibility right there. We're looking for softness, and I'm looking for that diagonal pair to move around, right? So now I can keep my hands kind of wide and low on him, and I can keep everything captured up right here, and now we have kind of a show horse look, right? We have that showable headset that we're looking for right there where it kind of locks in place and goes around. Now, the big change in this horse has been basically due to him using his rib cage and using his back, all right? So now I have the ability to squeeze my feet, don't back up, step into that. There, drop in, step forward into that. So squeezing my spurs, stepping forward into his face, that's what we're looking for, all right? So now, when I go to my feet, I don't have my neck flip up on me. And you guys will find that. You'll have that in your horses where you squeeze your spurs right there. See his neck come undone? That's from your spur stop, all right? So this horse we've had in training for a couple months now, that's entirely from a spur stop. So what happens is people squeeze their feet and that horse brings his shoulders and his neck up and back to us. We have trained that out of this horse. I do not want him to spur stop because that just makes everything hard, right? So now, when I go to my feet, he stays down. Right there's my hole. He's got to stay down. Got to stay down. And see, I just test that. I go to my spurs without my hand, see what happens. There's my puff. We're warming him up. Go to my spurs. There. That's what's supposed to happen. Drop out. Reward. Okay? So we're teaching this horse, how do you stay down when I go to my feet? Nothing about my spurs coming in right here should mean lift your neck and hollow your back. All right? So that's a button that we're going to test. We're going to keep testing. We're going to keep rewarding. So kind of the way you have to think about these horses is it's a button and then it's a habit. It's a button first and then it becomes a habit. So what we have with this horse is we put a button on where we went to this, we got one step forward, we're still kind of working on that, we get out, we pet him. All right? Get your one step, then get out. So if you're riding along and you can't get your one step, then you've got some work to do right there. Get your one step, there he walked forward, he kept his neck down, I'm out. He'll reinforce that, he'll learn that really quick, all right, for a while. And then what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to stay in for a few steps. So once I get him to where he responds to that and he gets it right pretty much all the time, then I'll come in here and I'll start walking a few steps forward at a time with my spurs in and just expect him to stay up all the time. Right? So now I'm walking along, this has been 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 steps. Now that I'm keeping my spurs in, keeping his neck down. And I don't feel like his neck wants to shoot up at me at all. That test right there is going to tell me what are the odds that he flips his neck up when he lopes off, all right? What are the odds that he comes undone, all right? Because if I don't have a lift up there in my neck when I go to my feet, then odds are better, not perfect, not 100%, but they're better that he's going to stay down and round when I go lope off or do a gear change. And that's really what I'm looking for. I want him to stay down in his neck, down in his pole right here. So keep this all down and round when I step off and change gears, all right? So that's gonna look like this. We're gonna push him over. And I got a little bit of braceness right here, there, drop in, right here, much better. I'm gonna shuffle my hands so he stays down in my hands, got my spurs on, step him up into a jog. Good, that was a really nice transition. He came up to me, he didn't lift his neck, I like it, I'll take it, okay? So we're here, we're jogging along. We'll take up a lope and we'll kind of just see what we have for the day. So again, still part of my warm-up, right? Right here, see what I got. Good, better. Good. So now I'm gonna let him lope around. We'll just kind of feel where he's at, give him some rein, see what's happening. I really like the lift that I have in this horse underneath of me. His head's a little higher than where it's gonna finish though, because I know he's capable of doing better. But I like that his shoulders aren't pulling on me at all. He's loping up in the air. That's what I'm looking for. So see, I gave him a little bit bigger circle to lope this, and he's holding his shoulders up, right? He's loping up, and I feel that in the front of my saddle, that he's pushing me up and back with his front end. That's what I really like about it, all right? Now, I don't have much leg on him. Right there, I'm gonna put my leg on. I'm gonna ask him to drive his belly up, lift your belly up. I'll take a hold of my hands. Pull a little pressure on. We'll see his legs change. I'm holding everything, holding till he breaks off that pressure. Give to that. There, better. Get out. Okay? I'll come back around. Hold to this pressure. Hold to this pressure. Hold to this pressure. Keep my hands wide. See where I'm working wide right here. Now, he's not giving me much of anything. Right? Do you see how I'm not banging his face though? He's pulling on my hands, so I'll just shut it down. We'll say, bring your shoulders back to me. And now, nothing was happening when I went to my foot. So we're gonna start off with our maneuvers because he didn't do the right thing right here. So we're gonna push his hip around. And this is more of like a probably 7th, 8th grade level horse, right? We're gonna start pushing his hip around. We got good, smooth rhythm right here. He's not outrunning my foot or anything. We're bringing back across, and I start tapping my left. Now he wants to get his belly crooked and see where he elevated his neck right there. So he's not rounding his back. When I went to walk forward, this piece came up to me. So I know he's not rounding his back. What I'm going to look for is the ability to walk forward. There, keep that neck down, right? So I take a hold, keep that neck down, tapping my left foot, holding my right, making him step up into that. I'll push it around again. Right here, now he's getting a little heavy up front, so I want to keep everything moving, right? I don't want to put a bunch of weight on my right front leg, so I can come around here, open him up a little bit, let him track sideways, catch him. Good, stay down in there, stay down in there. Stay on my right foot, stay down in there. I feel his ribs are bracy right now. We're gonna work through that braces as we go. You'll see his lope change a lot. There, now I'm better. See him staying down in his neck. I got that whole neck engaged now. All the muscle of his neck is engaged. So I'm right here. Gonna shuffle him down, let him back off. Good, he stayed down in his neck, really nice. I'll take it. I'm gonna walk down my left hand because I got a little bit long with it when I was pulling his hips around. And I'm gonna let him kind of sit on my hands, and we're gonna drive him to the bit a little bit. Right? So I got a hold of his face. I'm working on driving him up to the bridle. Go to my outside foot, see what happens. Does he step up in the air? Does he come to me? Or does he go faster and leave? What happens? There, nice. And notice how his rhythm has slowed down a ton, right? If you guys saw him a week ago, he was much faster than this, much faster legged, much faster rhythm. If you guys are using the Equilab app, our beats per minute at our lope has slowed down a ton, right? So if we started out at 100 beats per minute on this horse, I would say we're down somewhere around 85 or so, right? Our beats per minute has changed a ton. So we're right here. I'm gonna stop. We're gonna back this off, put our spurs on now, shuffle my hands to drop his neck, break him off in my hands. Spurs are on now because I want to lift his belly. Good. We're going to push his hip around again. We're going to go back to this maneuver. Push his hip around. Now he's getting a little bit tripped up. He's kind of rushing through this. So I'm going to stay in. He's putting a bunch of weight on that right front. He's trying to pivot right there, so I stayed in. I'll bring him back across. We'll lope up. Now he came undone more than I like him to. He tried to lift his neck up at me, so we're going to push that around again. Right here. Stay on my feet. Lift your belly to my feet. There. And see how careful that makes him walk? That's what I want. I want him thinking his way through. That's a very careful walk right there. We're taking a hold of where he's putting his feet. All right? Now he's rushing on me. I'm going to back this off. Push this around. Catch. Lope up.
When you're backing, are you tapping with your spurs or lifting?
Just lifting. Just kind of holding my feet, lifting them up. Good. 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 Much better. So see the difference in my lope? Now that neck is staying down where I want it. Much better. So I'm going to lope around. I got my outside rein on his neck. I'm going to test my inside. Are you flexible right here? Are you flexible? And he says, no, I'm heavy, right? See that head come up? So what happened? Well, he got bracy right here on my inside leg, on my left leg. And he didn't let me bring his neck over. So when I did that, because I don't have enough control out of my right foot, his hip started spinning out that way, right? So I got to get control of both ends. So I want to scissor this horse up between my legs. So we're going to add this button right here, rib first. Keep your ribs up and over, put your weight on your outside legs, lope off. Push your hip around. Hip, ribs, both ends. Lope up. Didn't like it, he surged forward. Call the mistakes, do it again. He needs to do tons of transitions, all right? Tons of transitions. There's my patience. That's what I want. I'm gonna do an indirect turn, push these shoulders around, get him on his outside front. Right here, lope up. Better. Let him lope around. This horse lifting into the air on me. I can ride with my outside leg on. I'm going to press with it right here. Press that leg in. Good. I'll come towards you guys and press that leg in so you can see what kind of responsiveness I have. Lope straight. Press my leg. Step to it. I'll come around. Take a counter canter corner. Send those legs forward, drive those legs up. Now, I was letting him pick his own pace right there, right? That's the pace he kind of wants to go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drive him up a little bit harder, right? I'm going to push him up. So I'm going to make him step up into the air a little harder. I'm going to make him drive a little harder, squeeze my feet, come to his belly. Say, give me a little more, right? Not slower. Don't go slower. Give me more load. Give me more lift right here. There. There. Come around. Give me better rhythm. Pick up. Give me more. So I'm pressing him into my hands, pressing his shoulders up to his face, right? Pressing everything up. Give me more. Give me more. There. I'm going to come across my diagonal. I'm going to pinch him up. So right here, pinch. Now he left onto me, right? He went forward, so I'm gonna pull this around. Go ahead.
Okay, this is a long question.
Give me 1 second then.
Okay, 1 second.
Because I want to get that push out of there, right? So he pushed on my foot, so I gotta find a good spot to release before I sit and chat with you guys. So right here, test it again. Better. Better. Back that off. So now I'm gonna shuffle his neck. So now it's not only give me your shoulders, but give me that pretty back up with your back up. Right in there. That's what I want. Good boy. There's my puff, there's my lick and chew, and we are a sweaty pony. Go ahead.
Okay, here, do you want to read this? Long, super long question.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll give it to you.
Alright. Alright. When I'm asking for my horse for rib control during a walk, for instance, he will waller his head around and sometimes plant the inside foot. How do you convey to him it's not appropriate? What am I doing with my hands to control this? Alright, so it's all about when you turn out, right? When you get loose on him. So he's done the same thing, and he does the same thing when I go to push his hips around, right? That he'll plant his foot, like right here. He's gonna throw his head around, he's gonna get upset. As soon as you get that one step over off this leg, off your spur, then I get out, all right? That tells me you're still in the one step phase, you're still in the button stage of learning, the kindergarten stage where you get your one step and you turn loose. And then you slide down, you get your one step, and you turn loose. So what you'll probably do is try to get to where you can just come down here with your calf on and slide down and keep everything going straight, all right? For those of you guys whose horses are not very soft, you'll have to use a lot of this spur to bring his neck over, all right? So if I come along here and I come towards you guys, and I just slide down this rein, you see where, like, he gets a little bit lost, but it doesn't take much right leg to keep him up off that side. Now he's falling over, so I'm gonna come off this, there, and once he moves off, I'll get out and let him down and let him just relax. And I'll come over here, and I'll push him over, and I'll relax, because I don't necessarily want sliding down that rein to move his shoulders that way. I just don't want it to mean go that way, all right? I just don't want him to fall over the inside. I'd rather have him stay straight, stay between my hands and my feet, all right? And that's really where I'm testing. So anytime that I feel him brace up right here, and he doesn't let me slide down this rein, or he goes that way towards his head and neck, then I'm gonna push him over. So just aim for your one step and then get out. All right, aim for your one step and get out. Odds are good. Like, they're gonna try different things. They're gonna try to fling their heads around. They're gonna try to lean into your foot and turn their hips and do all sorts of goofy stuff. As long as you ignore that and say, no, that's not the right answer, and coach him through it to say, well, I'm gonna stay in until you give me the right answer, you'll be in good shape, right? Just stay in until you get the right answer. Don't be afraid to hold him to that position. Let him think his way out of it, all right? Until you can get that kind of movement right there, where now I keep his head over to the left, I keep his back engaged, I keep him between both feet, and I can bring his neck to the middle now, and he stays down when I bring him to the center, all right? Is that a question or no?
And Dixie said they had a great back yesterday also.
Good, good. And we'll be going over your guys' videos tonight. So we'll be on the couch live tonight going over your videos, all right? So now I'll work this horse's right lead. It's a little weaker this way than the other way. So I'm gonna start out with a maneuver. So right here, gonna push my hip. Now I feel like he plants his left foot here, right? And anytime they do that, it just tells us we have a problem, right? So I'm going to my left foot and I'm not getting any hip around at all, right? My left foot is back by his hip. It's lagging out way behind me over there. So I'm going to stay in until it comes underneath of me over here. If I feel that leg take a step forward. The big thing about this horse is that this hind leg has got to go forward up here, not sideways, all right? We don't want it to go sideways. So come around.
1 second. Patreon does have an app. Yep, you can go right on the App Store or Play Store, whatever you have, and just type in Patreon, and it should pull up right there.
Patreon, patreon.com.
Here, I'll show you what the little app looks like.
Yep. Should be a little orange P, I believe.
Yeah, it's like a little, it's like right there.
Yeah. Perfect. All right. So let's push this hip around again. So push my hip around. Now my hip is moving, but we're trying to put a lot of weight on our front end. So I'm gonna stay in. I might go out of frame. We'll stay in until we come around. There, now my hip, I'm gonna look over. See that right foot step forward under me. Step forward under me. Under me. Neck down. Hip forward under me. Super bracy. I'm working pretty hard on my left foot. So I'm gonna push around again. I'm only gonna work so hard out of that foot before I say, hey, pay attention. Let's do this again. Let's try again. That's the wrong answer. All right? So now hip to the side, stepping under me, neck down. That's what I'm looking for. Push this hip around. Catch. Under me. Good. Better. Better. I'm going to drop this neck really far. I'm going to lope off. All right? So really far down. I'm out of room right here. Okay? So something to keep in mind when you're riding. I'm out of room. If I were to lope off right here, what I would have to do almost immediately is turn to the right. So that would teach him when we lope off, we just turn right. All right? So because I'm out of room, I'm going to push his hip around again until I'm in a spot where I have some room to lope. All right? So I'm not there yet, but that's okay. I need to do 100 more of these to be good. So I'm going to push his hip around again, and then I'm going to lope off right up here. All right? So straight ahead and stay straight for a little while. So what I really like about this horse is now he's starting to separate his legs from his body. So now I can kind of push his legs forward. Now he's leaning on me right here. So we'll just break it down. We'll push it around. We threw in a fancy little lead change in there. We'll break this down. We'll push it around. We'll say, hey, get up between my feet. Stay right here. Stay right between my spurs. Right in here. Lift your belly. Lope up. Little bounce. Good. Lope around. Good. So I'm just trying to put rhythm and balance and lift in this horse. Rhythm, balance, and lift. My right lead's a little bit behind my left lead, but it stays squared up underneath of me much better than it used to. He's a little heavy on my right hand here, so I'll push him over. I'll say, get off my right hand. Get off my right hand, please. Right there, good. Now lope back up. I don't like that lope off, and he turned right away, so I'm going to push it down again. Push it around, square it back up. He rushed me right there, so I'm going to push my hip. Say, don't rush me. Stay right here with me. Do you see how I just string these maneuvers together until I have a horse who waits on me? There. Then lope off. Nice, lope off, much better. Good boy. I'm going to go around the camera here. Mace doesn't have to keep up, but I'll come back on the other side.
Okay.
Because that was a good lope off. I didn't want to shut him down right away and punish him for what was a really good lope off. Right? So now, I'm loping along. I have a lot more pace, but my legs are swinging now. Right? I got some lift underneath me. I got some swing. That's what I want. I want to teach this horse how to get up under me, get athletic, start swinging your legs from up high. It kind of looks like this horse could change leads up here. Right? Kind of in that position where he could change leads as he lopes around. Now he tipped over right there, so I'm going to push him over. I'm going to do an indirect turn. My shoulders are leaning, so now I'm going to indirect turn. I'm going to back, bring your shoulders to me, bring your shoulders to me, bring your shoulders to me. See him hanging out there. Indirect turn. Right here, he's not very good at these yet, so we go slow, back, indirect turn, indirects. Let him figure it out. Right here, lope off. Keep those shoulders to me. Come around, stand these shoulders up, go to my feet, test my buttons, see where I'm at. Go to my feet, I don't like it, he pulled all over me, shut her down. And there's that was an ugly stop, right? That's how I knew my shoulders were pulling on me, because he did not stop when I pulled on him. He did not bring these shoulders back to me. So we're gonna indirect. Right here, indirect, back, indirect. Good. Lope again. Good lope off. Much, much better lope right there. Much better. Turn the corner. Good. And I'm going to give him a break. We'll back him up. We'll reach down and pet him. That was a long series. Give him a break. See where he wants to go. Good boy. Good boy. There's my pup. Been licking and chewing. I'll take it. All right? So I'm going to let him walk around and catch his breath. And then I'm going to take up my left lead, and it should be very, very good based on all the work that I put in today. All right? So if you watch where he was at the beginning of the video, and you'll see where he is at the end of this video, that's going to be a successful ride.
Right.
All right? Questions, comments, concerns while I walk
Do you guys
around?
have any questions to ask him?
The biggest thing that I hope you guys take away from watching me ride mine is that I do a lot of maneuvers, right? I don't do a lot of fighting. I don't do a lot of beating him up while I'm loping or chopping at him or anything like that. I just test to see where I'm at once I start loping, okay? Just test and get control of their feet, right? Get control of where he's putting his legs. And you see how sweaty he is from this ride, and I've been out here, what, probably 35, 40 minutes riding?
40 minutes.
40 minutes, yeah. So right there, if we spent 5 of that talking, we're at 35-minute ride, right? This horse probably couldn't handle an hour-long ride, right? That's a 45-minute ride right there. I'm gonna go lope around my left lead a little bit, might stop, back up, roll back, do my right lead, but I'm pretty satisfied with the work that I put in today. Was he as pretty as he was yesterday? No, I don't think so, right? Not as pretty, but we got a lot of transitions in. We got a lot of work put in there, all right? He's still staying elevated on my spurs, so I still like that. But we're riding outside today. We were inside last night. He was a little better indoors. That's okay. That doesn't matter to me, right? What I care about is, am I getting my feet on him? Is he starting to lift his back and put himself in the right positions underneath of me and get lifty and get working, all right? Because if he's in that position as he goes around, then what we'll have is we'll have a horse who builds muscle in the right places, right? And that's what I want more than anything, is this horse to build muscle in the right places. Right? He's got to start using his body correctly to start building muscle over his stifle that was super jiggly a week ago. Right? If you remember how soft this horse was a week ago, we're starting to build muscle in the correct places. Okay?
Right.
So I like that a lot. But so it doesn't take an hour-long ride. It certainly doesn't take an hour and a half. If I were to continue going that far on this horse, he would probably hurt himself. Right? He'd probably get to where he gets exhausted and starts making mistakes with where he's putting his feet, and that's when I think you run into like pulled tendons or anything like that. Right? But yeah, so just working through your problems, working on getting things soft, working on keeping things soft, working on keeping his neck down, keep everything gathered up underneath of you. Don't let these horses get too far or get into pulling matches with you, right? If I'm going to lean on this horse's face and hold his shoulders back, then I certainly am going to make a note of that, right? I'm not going to be leaning all over this horse and have him pulling all over me and not correct that, or at least make a note of it. All right, so if I have to stop and back him up a bunch to get him off my hands, I will do that. All right, so we'll let him catch his breath. He's taking a couple good breaths right there. That's what I'm looking for. He's really dirty. My hand is disgusting.
I know, he needs a bath.
He needs a bath. And then I'll back him up. We'll do a couple indirects, and we'll go to the left a little bit, and then we'll be done. So here, back him off. Back him off. Bring me your shoulders. Hands wide. Keep your neck down. Let's do an indirect turn to the right. Good. Let's back him up. Let's do another indirect turn. Now he's starting to put his feet in the right places. Do these turns. Crossing that left front in front of his right. That's what I'm looking for. Back him off. Cross over. Back him off. Got heavy on my hands that time, back him up. Bring me your shoulders, turn. Back him up. Bring me your shoulders, turn. Scissoring him up between my feet. I'm gonna lope off. Outside leg on, belly up, everything forward right here. Good. Looks good. Looks good. Keeping that neck in the middle, keeping it dropped, keeping it broke down. Indirect turn. And I'm thinking about loping off, right? But I want to make sure that he's not. That he's waiting on my commands to lope off. Drop his neck way down, lope up. Nope. See that head flip where he came undone? We're going to call that mistake. We're going to try this again. We're going to go to an indirect again. That is using your neck and your front end to lope off. It's very wrong. So we'll shut it down and we'll try again. So right here, outside leg on, walk up into this, lift your back, lift your belly to lope off. Better? I'll take it. Horse really start to point his toe, take that fuller stride up front. That's where my indirect turn work. That's what I want. I want him to take a full-fledged stride with his front end. Point your toes. He tipped over a little bit right there. I'll bring my inside leg a little closer and bring him around. Stand him up, come around. There. Really like this lope right here. Really like what he's doing. His head's a little high, so I can kind of keep working that down. Just squeezing my fingers, keeping my hands tight, keeping him up to me. Drive him up all the time. Good. See where I keep his rhythm clean, keep his legs clean, not trying to go slow yet. This will become a show lope as he learns to keep himself balanced. The key thing about it is, he's holding his shoulders up. I'm not holding him up. All right? So even when I put him down, he's going to maintain the position and the shape that I've made for him. So I'm going to pinch him up, set him down, let him carry me. That's a loose rein. He got a little out of position. I'm going to pinch him up. Keep that hip on the inside of my circles. Come around. There, work on your back end. Pinch him up. Keep your back end driving. Use your belly. Use your belly. Lope around. Good. Good. There. Good. Nice stop. Very good. Back soft. Shuffle him to me. Very nice. Good workout. There's my puff. There's my lick and chew. We'll take it.
That's good.
Very good. So you can see where those indirect turns, it's just about getting lots of transitions in, right? For a pleasure horse or a horse that I want to show and have a good solid foundation, it's all about using your body effectively, okay? Use your body. Get your legs up. Get your belly elevated. Keep your neck down in my hands all the time through every maneuver, right? Only way he's gonna get broke is if I do a lot of stuff with him. That's the key to it, okay? Very good. Very good. Good boy.
Time for his bath.
Time for his bath, yeah. He's a dirty dude.
Aww.
So I'm really happy with that. That's a good ride. Was it as good as yesterday? Probably not. I liked him. He looked a little bit more showable yesterday. But that's not really what it's about for me, all right? It's not really about getting him to look good, right? What I want more than anything is I want him to stay down in my hands and do things and get round and use his body. So I really like the pace that I have right there. I really like the lift that I have right there because I feel like at that speed, he could do something. So he's learning to carry himself athletically, which is all I can do as a horse trainer is teach this horse, how do you carry yourself in an athletic position? Give me control of your feet and I have you right here, all right? If you have control of their legs, you have their mind, I promise you, all right? It's no different than the showmanship, no different than the riding, all right? Cool, very good. So we will be live on the couch tonight, right?
Yep.
Yep, we'll be live on the couch tonight, probably around 10:30, 10 Eastern, probably 10 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern. Maybe not that late. 8 p.m.
8 p.m. probably.
8 p.m. Eastern. We'll be live on the couch. We'll go over your user videos. We'll take your questions. We'll take your comments. We'll take your concerns. And we'll kind of go from there.
Yep.
That sound good?
Perfect.
Awesome. Thank you so much for being here, guys. We're going to ride some other horses. We're going to give this dude a bath, and we'll see you tonight.
See you.